Hey, can't we rest a little?
No need. We reach the summit soon.
I know. That's why I want to stop for a bit. Soon means that there's not much time left.
Riku.
Fine. I'll think on the way.
We have just defeated the monster that Yunalesca sent to test Yuna's ability, which means we are just outside of Zanarkand. The entire journey we've made up to this point is nearly at an end.
Come on, let's go.
We are. Almost there, aren't we?
We've come a long way.
What's so funny?
You remind me of myself. Before, the closer I came to Zanarkand, the more I wondered. When we arrive, Braska will call the final Aeon. He will fight Sin, then die. I thought my mind was made up long before. But when I stood here, my resolve wavered.
Never would have figured. Legendary Guardians choke sometimes too, huh?
Legendary Guardian. I was just a boy. A boy about your age, actually. I wanted to change the world too. But I changed nothing. That is my story.
Auron seems a little bit bitter about what happened to him 10 years ago. I don't really know what that was, but it does show something. Even like this legendary individual like Auron was still a younger and experienced person years ago, and very different from this sort of idealized version of him that everyone seems to believe. And there it is.
A city dead for 1,000 years. A city I had to see with my own eyes. The end of Yuna's journey. The last chapter in my story. My thoughts, they kept floating up and then slipping through my fingers, slipping away before I could pin them down with words.
Yuna, I say no. If we go down there, then you'll...
Riku. You're a true friend, and I thank you, but I must go. Down to Zanarkand.
I'm not saying we shouldn't go. But shouldn't we think about it some more? There's gotta be some kind of way we can save you, Yuna!
All my life, I knew this moment would come.
Uni...
Thank you, Riku. Thank you for everything.
Don't say that, Uni. It's not over yet.
Tell Sid, thank you.
No, you can tell him yourself.
Please.
Uni, don't say that because we're gonna see each other again, okay?
Kimahri, let's go.
And what do we have here?
Sir Orin, Kimahri told me, when my father wanted me taken from Bevelle to Besaid, it was you who told Kimahri, right? I had always wanted to meet you someday. I am truly glad that I had that chance. Having you as a guardian was so great an honor. I don't know how to thank you. Perhaps if I defeat Sin, that will be my thanks to you. That's what I'll do. Yes. I will challenge Sin. I will defeat Sin. If you are all there watching this, then I guess Sin is already gone. And so am I. I suppose. Anyway, I just wanted to say, Sir Orin, I thank you. Kimahri, do you remember the first day we met? I was only 7. My father had defeated Sin, and all Bevelle was celebrating. Everyone was saying what a hero my father was. I was so happy. But when night came, it occurred to me. My father had defeated Sin, and now he was dead. Now, I was all alone. I couldn't sleep. So I wandered into the town, away from the celebrating crowds. I stood on the bridge in Bevelle, where my father and I had parted. Standing there, alone, I could see the fields where he had fought Sin. Then, you appeared, Kimahri. You said you were looking for the daughter of Braska, remember? At first, I was so scared, until I realized what a gentle person you are. You weren't used to talking to children. When I told you that I was Braska's daughter, you said you would take me as far from Bevelle as you could. That it was the wish of a man facing death. I think I cried then, because that was when I knew my father was dead, and I would never see him again. You just held me, without saying a word. I cried after we got to Besaid, too. When you tried to go, after leaving me in the care of the temple, I held on to you crying, "Don't go, don't go." And you listened, Kimahri. You stayed. Kimahri, thank you. Thank you so much. And I've always liked your broken horn. Wakka, Lulu. I'll never forget my days spent with you, growing up in Besaid. We always played together, us and Chapu. That's why I was always so happy, I think. And when you refused to let me become a summoner, and I did it anyway, I'm sorry. I've always wanted to apologize. You know, when you tried to stop me then, really, I was happy. I could tell you really cared about me. You were like my big brother and sister. No, I think you really were my big brother and sister. What else? I love watching you play blitzball, Wakka. I even love it when you scold me, Lulu. Really. I guess that leaves the newest guardian. Star player of the Zanarkand Abes. You are. I am. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that we met. We haven't even known each other that long, but it's funny. So, So this is what it feels like. It's a much more wonderful feeling than anything I had ever imagined. Wonderful. But it hurts sometimes. I wonder. I just want to say thank you for everything. Maybe that's why it hurts. When I think about us never being together again at all. I'm afraid. No, I shouldn't say that. I'll do that part over.
What you up to?
That's what she was doing quite a while ago. If you don't recognize it, that was at Rin Shop, right on the Mi'ihen High Road. This was quite a while ago. Of course, that was some time ago before, like, Riku joined the party. That's why she was absent from Yuna's little speech there. So we finally made it, and here is our first good view of the city of Zanarkand. Now, something that troubles me is something I wish they had done a little bit differently in the game, was have this scene occur before we find the scene about how Tidus is nothing but a dream. Because you look at this, you can see something is definitely wrong. The Zanarkand Tidus came from was an island. This is landlocked. It's a very, very different thing we're looking at. And just a clue that something is very wrong here. Of course, we all know the reason for that now. But it would have been nice if they had just given us a few more clues before suddenly hitting us with the "Your Zanarkand never existed" thing. And of course, we all recognize this scene. This is from the introduction to the game, in the very beginning. The way I see it is meaning that everything that happened prior to this event in the game has been Tidus sort of either remembering it or reciting it to himself or something like that. So it's all a memory up to this point, and then from this point forward, it is like in the present tense rather than the past tense. And there's actually a very good reason for that, and we'll see that later on in the game.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
Hey, there was more, right? I mean, like that time. Anyone?
I think...
Yes?
I think that we should stop. Maybe. For now.
Let's go.
Well, that's the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. And be sure to catch the next one when we'll head into the ancient city of Zanarkand.